Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name's Jason, and I'm here to bring you all sorts of investing information from growth stocks to retirement accounts, all of it right here. I haven't been on this channel for a while. I've been concentrating on my sports channel, J All Day. If you're into sports, I'll leave a link in the description below. Okay, guys, what in the actual is going on with SoFi stock? I'm not going to be one of those channels who's just going to bombard you with information. We can only get so much information on a stock, right? There's a lot of these channels that are just going to jam every little tiny detail down your throat. That shit doesn't matter. What really matters is you have conviction in this company, you do your due diligence, and let the stock run its course. Real quick, guys, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow here. And now let's get into this SoFi video and break down what the hell is going on with SoFi stock. The one thing I am going to do on this channel is keep it 100%. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. The ups, the downs, the good things that I do, the bad things that I do. Every investor makes mistakes. Believe me, I've made plenty of them. But thankfully, I've been able to sell cover calls over these last few years, and that's kind of saved my ass. But I am a big SoFi investor, so I'm going to show you guys just how many shares I have. I'm not going to be one of those dudes who are going to be like, oh, I invest in SoFi, I invest in Palantir. Do you? Do you actually invest? Here's my account, guys. Check it out. In this account, I have 3,600 shares of SoFi coming in at an average price of around 10 bucks. I've been selling cover calls on this stock for years, so my real cost basis is probably in the 7 or 8s when you consider all the money I've made selling covered calls. And I also have another 300 or 400 shares in like an IRA here and a few little small baby accounts there. So I'm right around 4,000 shares in SoFi. Now that you know that I'm completely committed to bringing you the best information on SoFi, the info that you actually need as an investor, right? If you're still an investor in SoFi, you've been through a tons of ups and downs. Look at this 3-month chart, guys. Oh my God. From $8 to 10 bucks. Back down to $7.40, up to $9, and then now back in the sevens again. It's been a shit show. There's no other way around it. But this stock price does not reflect the execution of this company, and there's been a lot of stocks very similar to this over time. I'm not saying SoFi is going to be the next Tesla, but if you look at the chart back from when it was a baby company, right? So Tesla became officially profitable in 2020, okay? That wasn't that long ago, but it's been a publicly traded company for a long time, guys. A long time. It took Tesla way longer to become profitable than SoFi, but if you look, starting around 2014, it was around 16 bucks a share. And then it goes down to 13 bucks, back up to 17 or 18. Then it comes back down to 13, back up to 22, and then down to 17 bucks. From 17 back up to 24, then down to 12.34. So this stock has been up and down and cut in half. This stock became profitable in 2020. 2020 was the first full year of profitability for Tesla, and the rest of this chart is history, guys. I mean, look at it. It went from, this is like split adjusted prices, guys. So if you take one thing from this chart is investing in good companies that are going to be good companies for the long term, it can take a while for the stock price to catch up to the execution of the company. I know it's tough. I know it's so hard seeing your stock prices go up and down and your net worth going up and down, but just stay the course and nibble on these downturns, right? Because I think we have a floor in that 6-ish range. I don't really see it getting into the 5s, but it does. Fuck, man, I'm going to be buying a shit ton of shares. I'm going to get to up to 5,000 shares then. But right now, I'm pretty comfortable in that 4,000 range. I could nibble, with some cover calls, take that premium that I get from the cover calls and dump that back in the SoFi shares. Because I don't really want to do leaps or crazy options because it could take a couple more years for this stock price to really ramp up. So I hope this Tesla chart gave you some confidence in what you're doing, right? Lately, guys, I've been using Google Finance. They have pretty good charts. I mean, just look at all these articles. SoFi is the best stock ever. SoFi is going to go to $2. I mean, it's just so ridiculous. And you have to remember, SoFi's major competitors are the companies that run this country, like Bank of America and Chase and all these big, huge banks. You think Bank of America is going to be like, yeah, I'm going to put a $20 price target on SoFi because they're a lot better bank than I am? Of course, they're not going to do that. So it might even take more time for SoFi to get the stock price it really, really deserves. But in the meantime, we can continue to accumulate shares. I'm not a day trader. I'm not looking like lines and graphs and trying to scalp here and scalp here. Fuck all that. You can go draw lines and do that in kindergarten, but I'm not here to make pennies. I'm here to make a fortune for you guys and for me so we can change our lives. But we have to do our due diligence. And there's a lot of great SoFi channels out there that are just SoFi channels. I'm not one of those channels, but I am going to talk about SoFi a lot. Every single episode, I'm not going to jam SoFi stuff down your throat. I'm going to give you updates when you need the updates. All right, guys, we're going to move on to the income statement. And this is where you can look at the year by year, the revenue, and the money on the bottom line that they're making. We started out with $260 million in 2018 to $1.5 billion in the 2022 calendar year. The only thing I don't like about Google Finance is I wish they were a little bit better about updating their stuff more quickly, as earnings came out. So they don't have last quarters where we became profitable, but this is the quarterly income statement, and every quarter a little bit more money, a little bit more money. And this was an impairment charge, I think, that had to do with Galileo or something like that. I'm not 100% sure on that. It's clear, guys. We're making more money on the top line, and we're losing less money on the bottom line quarter after quarter. And this was that one-time charge. And then the next quarter, the one that just announced, we are now a profitable company. SoFi is profitable. So you guys are doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're investing in a company that's growing on the top line and the bottom line. And you can throw a million statistics, you can throw a million graphs, but at the end of the day, this is the only thing that matters, is that we're growing on the top line and growing on the bottom line. And soon, we're going to be making more and more and more money. And the more money we have, the more chance of SoFi buy back shares, and we get a better chance of institutional investors dumping money into SoFi. Now, real quick, I want to bring you over to Simply Wall Street. It's a great website. I love that they give you information on these stocks for free. You get 5 or something like that a month where you can look into everything on the stock. I love looking at ownership breakdown. And I think that's another reason why we're seeing this crazy ass volatility, is because the way the ownership breakdown is. The general public owns 53% of the shares, which is a lot. You always want to see your stocks with institutions owning the majority of your company, right? So retail gets scared out of money. They're playing these crazy options. They're manipulating the stock without even really knowing what they're doing, right? So in this case, with 50% of the ownership by the general public, we're going to see these swings until it flips, where institutions own more of SoFi than the general public. We're going to continue to see crazy volatility. But as this company matures, we're going to see less and less volatility. And I look in the next year, year and a half, especially when that S&P 500 inclusion starts to inch closer and closer, we're going to see this institutional ownership go over 40% and hit that 50 and 60% range. If you look at other stocks that it's compared to, all right, I want to compare SoFi to Ally Bank institutional ownership wise. So if you look at Ally Bank, it's a company that, SoFi can kind of mirror what Ally's doing. I like Ally. I think they're a really good company. I think SoFi could be an Ally Bank, but even better and bigger of a company and a bigger market cap. But look, obviously Ally Bank has been around a lot longer than SoFi has as a company. But look, institutions own 80% of Ally Bank, and the general public only owns 9%. I don't think it'll ever be that skewed for SoFi for a really long time, 10, 15 years down the road. But over time, we're going to see institutions pile in to stocks like SoFi that are currently profitable and will maintain profitability over the calendar year, and we can get that S&P 500 inclusion. I hope this video helped you out a little bit with me telling you guys what I'm doing with SoFi. I'm not selling my shares at all whatsoever. I'm slowly accumulating shares. And this is just a part of it. It's going to be a roller coaster ride. We're going to go from 6 to 10 to 10 to 6 to 10 to... we're going to be all over the place. If you look at the chart, it's a roller coaster ride. Just put on your seatbelt and you're going to be just fine. As long as the company keeps executing the way they're executing now, don't do anything different. Don't get scared out of your shares and let someone buy them cheaper. Just do your research, and if you're comfortable with where the company's going, then keep buying shares, because that's exactly what I'm doing. They don't have a lot of debt. They continue to grow the top and the bottom line. The number of active users continues to grow, and that's why I love SoFi. That's why I'm continuing to put the bulk of my investment portfolio into SoFi. I'm definitely overweight on SoFi by a long shot, but I believe in this company. I believe in Anthony Noto, and in the meantime, I'm going to sell covered calls and I'm going to make a little premium along the way. So if you have any questions about SoFi, send me some messages in the comments below. I'll be glad to answer any questions you guys have. I hope this video helped. Thanks again, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate you guys. Peace.